Well, sugar, this is part 2. How are you? If you didn't catch part 1, I'm sorry about that. I started the stream and then it shut down on me. So, hopefully y'all heard me finishing up the 1776 RM soul chart and what can be expected. And now we're going to go into, I'm going to add the planetary aspects of what's going on in today's world and how it is going to affect 1776. Now I'm gonna go up here and find my live again because I went off. I don't know when I got off. Here we go. Alrighty. Okay. So, hopefully, let me know if those of you who were with me before it shut down, did I finish saying everything about 1776 that I needed to explain with what the birth chart, the soul chart, the meat and potatoes of what the movement is all about. What I'm going to do now is I am going to put on, and this is for today. This is for 8/13/22, and this is what's going on in today's world. So right now we have the sun in Leo at 20 degrees. We have the moon in Pisces at 2 degrees. We have Mercury is in Virgo at 14 degrees. And I'm going to go back and explain all that. Explain what it all means. And we have Venus 2 degrees of Leo. We have Mars at 25 degrees of Taurus. We have Jupiter at 8 degrees. Retrograde, going back. Okay, Saturn, the teacher, is 21. Well, let's put a retro in there at 21 degree. Ooh, Saturn is going backwards. Have you learned your lesson? Uranus, 18 degrees. Uranus, 18 degrees. Neptune. Now, those of you who heard me before, you heard me explain each one as I was putting them out. So you can also let me know if you like how I did that before, explaining each one when I was putting them out, or if you would prefer, or you like how I'm doing it now. Okay, Neptune retrograde 24 degree. Oh, we're backpedaling. Okay, ideas. What are we doing? We have Pluto 26 degree retrograde. North Node 17. North Node 17. And, oh, sugar. I forgot to look at what we've got on. Hang on, let me look at Chiron. Chiron's the wounded healer. Where's the wounds? Where's the wounds that need fixed? And I guess I didn't talk about Chiron in Virgo on the chart, on the 1776 chart. And we've got Chiron 16 degrees of Aries. So what do we got? Alright, so the wounded healer, coming in other people's money. Yeah, there's still people who are out there and for whatever reason, you know, they're appealing to those who have been hurt. But there again, how much hurt is it that they are doing? You know, there's a lot of hurt coming in, and you know, is that you know, there's a lot of hurt. I'm just gonna put it that way. There's a lot of hurt, friends and associates, hopes and wishes. And, you know, should things have been done in the way that they were. And wait a minute, I did put, okay. So in a couple of months, things have really changed. If you look at the houses, you'll see where a lot of the change is. Now, right now, it's Mercury. Communication is in the home. What kind of communications has been going on with the home? A whole bunch. Oh, what is that? 14. Yeah, boy. It's like it goes on nice, but then it shrivels up. So I think that I might just have to get some sheets and do them permanent. That's when I also have a permanent physical rather than just the video. All right. So those of you who have not checked out the first one, please check out the first live stream that I did. This is the second part of the live stream. It had ended on its own. So this is coming up on what's going on with the 1776 as we speak. Now the communications getting out there, they have to get out there. They have to show the love in their communications, and a lot of traveling. They got to show the love. They got to be out there. They got to be really communicating to people. And about home, you know, where's home base? I don't feel that Bunker Hill is the ideal place for a home base if you consider the people and animals and children. So talking about a new home is going to be if the 1776 is planning on going and doing more so than the jails. And there again, what kind of jails are we looking at? Are we going there voluntarily? Are we going there or speaking regarding the unjust laws that are out there, who those convicted of were played in that lawfare game and their lives were destroyed because of it? Can the 76ers be a part of making that change? More so than just supporting the J6ers that are in DC. And these are all decisions that either you make these decisions or they're going to be made for you. Because as above, so below. The flip-flopping in the career, you know, the new beginnings, well, which way are we going? Well, it's not really, you know, it's not focused. And it's obvious that it's not focused. And people are seeing that it's not focused. And therefore, what kind of work is going to be done and expected in order for change to occur? And paper trail, you know, if that paper trail is not dot the I and cross the T, then you might get off with a slap on the hand at this moment in time. But if there is not a proper financial record of chances of visiting a jail because of are greater. So what lessons have you learned? What lessons are you going to teach? And this is for those who have been wondering about the 1776. There's been a lot of chaos that's been going on. And, you know, like it or not, there's going to continue to be a lot of chaos going on unless you get into focus. And, you know, looking at it and seeing what things are going to be changing, it has to be a moldable. It definitely has to be a bendable. It can't be in concrete. Because things are going to be changing, and I feel that it's going to be a constant delusion in what was expected at the beginning and what it is turning into and the direction that it's going. Talking about a new home base, regrouping, reformatting. If these are not done, then I will it's like what? I don't agree with children living in cars. They deserve home. Oh, flower child, I agree. I agree. But I'll tell you what, when the crap hits the fan, those kids are going to know how to survive. The kids of people who have the butlers and the servants, they're the ones that are going to have a hard time adapting and adjusting. From what I was listening to with Corinne when she was speaking. Corinne and I have really never met. I have only seen her on live streams um, of others. I have not watched for for them. Then fight for all the homeless people. That's something that they can do. I'm home free. I'm waiting until the dust settles, until I know what state I want to live in, because there's a whole lot of changes that are going on. And some people, I being one, enjoy being a nomad and living in my mother nature. My mother nature is my church. I am a living soul and I enjoy walking on, living in, around, with, in harmony to my Mother Earth. Homeless people, I can see how things can be changed. Didn't mean butlers and such, but kids need a place to call home and parents can teach skills. How many homeless out there living in their cars? More than people know, Carlberry. Way more than people know. And I look at all of the homes that are empty. I look at all of the shopping malls and other facilities that are empty. And what people don't understand is the stigma attached to being homeless and thinking that, oh, well, the solution is as easy as get a job. And that's it, fighting for the homeless vets. Well, I'll tell you what, when you suffer from PTSD, there is something about living homeless and living out in Mother Nature that is healing in those recovering from PTSD. So, yeah, I'm all for my vets. I participated in a 900-mile march from Melbourne to DC back in 97. And it was for the veterans issues. We're just seeing now where they are acknowledging the burn pits. And at the time, it was to educate the public on Gulf War syndrome and Agent Orange. Agent Orange that's going to affect 7 generations. So, yeah, if that's what they do, if you know, if whomever is at the helm running this chart, knowing where this chart says the ending point is, you can either take the information and use the planetary as above, so below to guide you in what direction that you need, or, you know, I don't prove me wrong, you know, but yeah, I mean, from what I've seen, what I had stated earlier, this is pretty much what has been going on, what has been experienced at 76. And yeah, there's a lot of healing that is being done in 76. Quite a few that have the like minds and what they're doing, and they find value in what they're doing and helping and healing. But, with the finances, dot the I, cross the T's, because Pluto in Capricorn, and we're dealing with government, and the government is with their money, and you're dealing with other people's money. Well, that's gonna, that's gonna bring some changes in there. And Venus, 22 degrees, and Venus is going to be moving on, and it's not going to take that long. Venus 30 days in a sign on average, and it's going to be going up into that 12th house, and it's going to be crossing over. So, dot the I, cross the T, get your paperwork in order, because the government might be paying you a visit in the near future. And, what's everybody gonna do if it fizzles out and they're coming down on the sole proprietor of 1776, which is Santa? Now, I don't have Santa's birthday. I did not put him included on this. All I did is do a chart for the movement as a separate entity from, and this is, however you wanna call it. Okay, so I worry about 1776, fight for my brothers and sisters, married to an army vet 27 years ago, and he was exposed to burn pit, so I know all about it. My son was too. New trucks, campers, rental scooters, do nothing for freedom, just a paid vacation for them. I'm not going to disagree with you, Flower Child. I'm not going to disappear, because when we have family and friends and have gone through, and those of us who have fought for our freedom, and then to see the grifting that is being done, it does tend to dishearten those of us who go out and have purpose behind our mission and what we were doing. So, Flower Child, I don't know if you did see my part 1 of this, but you'll probably want to go back over the first video, where I do talk about a lot about the chart, and explain it. And I mean, as above, so below. What I just explained in the astrological chart, is what we've been watching going on. And I'm gonna keep fighting. I'm gonna keep fighting. I'd rather make love than war, and hopefully I can inspire some people, and we can create a good change in our society. I have 3 goals, and one is to get a reform in our criminal justice system. It is just lawfare that they use the criminal justice system to break down the family unit, to destroy the family unit, to destroy those who are incarcerated solely on the fact that there was an officer who wrote out a piece of paper who said that they did, and they were now going into lawfare and totally destroying not one person's life, but many lives in that family. Trying to think of the name of an organization. Oh, sugar. Let me see. Oh, I probably won't be able to find it quick enough. Oh no, that would be my other mailbox. I think I have like 15 emails altogether, and for different time periods and whatever. Okay, here we are. Prison Policy Initiative. I don't know how many of you have ever Prison Policy Initiative updates. Prisons are a daily environmental injustice. That was going back to April. But it's a really good organization. So if you have or know of people who are in. Okay, new correctional contracts library shows you what companies are profiting off the incarcerated people in your area. Oh, well, that's really cool. Through our 20 years of work to expose and stop the abusive practices of private companies. Yeah. I'm gonna have to go and check that out more. But that's a biggie. You know, there's so much that is being done in our world, and we the people really need to stand up and start speaking out in order to make a difference in society. If you're feeling an urge and a need to go and do, and then that's what you are called to do. And that still small voice will probably keep pushing and pushing until you go in that direction and start doing it. Oops, started streaming 78 seconds ago. I don't know. I'll have to go back over it and look at it again. I don't know if it shut down and restarted, but that's okay. But yeah, it's what difference can we do in the world? And I enjoy reading my astrology. Like I said, I really should pay a little bit more attention, because if I would have put this out way back at the beginning when it was so depressing being with them, but I really want to file another lawsuit in order to get We the People First Amendment platform. That's number 2, what I want to do. We the people need a platform in which to communicate that the government cannot take away, and it needs to be in the means of communication from now until eternity. However we communicate, we the people need to communicate. Now, yeah, of course they're going to say, oh, well, when we go AI, everybody's going to know what everybody's thinking. Yeah, right. People don't want it in my brain, that's for sure. Yeah, they don't know how to handle their own. If they were in mind, oh, it would really drive them crazy. Trust me. So, we all have our own purpose. And I tend to multitask and do a few things at one time, and therefore, if I don't have help in getting any of them done, it's like, take a bite of this at this time, take a bite of that, and I don't really get to focus on any one. One thing does not have my undivided attention, although working on different things at different times. Yeah, I will be focusing a little bit more on that lawsuit for First Amendment platform for We the People. And then the last thing is down to legalized cannabis, and not just legalized cannabis, but the whole holistic way of medicine that it was at the beginning of the 19th century, where the herbs were the medicine, just as in the food that we eat is our medicine. And why should we worry about Gates having the most farmland? Well, considering GMOs are not real good with the human body. And I better keep my mouth shut on that because I don't want another strike and I don't want to be kicked off and put in YouTube jail some more. I mean, it really doesn't matter because I'm deplatformed and demonetized for a few years. So, if you'd like to support me, here's my grift. GLoLady, GLoLady. Pretty much in any GLoLady 33. That's my Cash App because that's my birthday. The THEGLoLady at gmail.com is my Zelle. And Venmo is GLoLady. And PayPal is the GLoLady. And you can find me all over. Buy me a coffee, GLoLady. If you'd like to be a wind beneath my wings, that would be cool. I would much appreciate it because the last lawsuit, I did pro se, my dime, my time. And yeah, it takes a lot of effort. And ever since I had gotten Lyme's, my mind is not up to par as it used to be. So, thank y'all for hanging in with me. And now that you have heard of the 1776 RM, I guess your next question will be, when is the end? And I guess that'll be on the next time. Oh, people, thanks for joining me. See ya. Love ya. Bye. We are just beginning.